who remembers the iconic character Mr. Bean? Guys, I'm going to give you guys more details on how the English actor Rowan Atkinson has shared some very interesting details about playing Mr. Bean, which by the way has been around since 1990s. It is a character that many have grown to love, and many love to watch. Very funny. I remember it was one of my favorite shows to watch, and also why he's currently trending for a few statements that he made regarding the cancel culture, which I find very interesting. So definitely stick around, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So during an interview, Rowan Atkinson expressed that he finds playing Mr. Bean stressful and exhausting and looks forward to it ending. He said that he does not enjoy playing the character, which he has portrayed since 1990s, and it is working on a new animated film that will mark the return of one of his most popular roles. He said, and I quote, "I don't much enjoy playing him. The weight of responsibility is not pleasant. I find it stressful and exhausting, and I look forward to the end of it." He continues to discuss the worldwide popularity of Mr. Bean, saying, "Mr. Bean's success has never surprised me." He added, "Watching an adult behaving in a childish way without being remotely aware of his inappropriateness is fundamentally funny. The fact that the comedy is visual rather than verbal means it has been successful internationally too." Which is true, because the majority of the time when you actually watch Mr. Bean, it's his facial expression, it's his body movements, it's an all-arounder thing, more so than what actually comes out of his mouth, or there is that nice balance which made it even more funny. Are you guys going to miss the character? I mean, I stopped watching it a very long time, but if I go back to my childhood, it is definitely something that would be like in my top of things that I definitely love watching. Now, during the interview, he also did carry on to talk about the whole cancel culture and the rise of it, and comparing keyboard warriors to a medieval mob roaming the streets looking for someone to burn. You know, these keyboard warriors? Yeah, they need to stay behind, seriously. Now, in an interview, he blamed social media platforms for the increased levels of polarization, which he says makes him fearful for the future of freedom of speech, which I absolutely stand with him on that. I think we've become a lot more sensitive, and we've become a lot more, we take things a lot more personal. There is this really fine line between freedom of speech and hate speech, and social media has been giving a lot more power, or people have been given a lot more power through these platforms to actually make judgment of what is what, and to be honest, on the borderline of actually dictating how people should speak and what they should say. Now, I definitely do think that it doesn't mean you ought to be rude or ought to be hateful or to cast people down. However, I definitely do think that we need to protect the freedom of speech. He said the problem we have online is that an algorithm decides what we want to see, which ends up creating a simplistic binary view of society. It becomes a case of either you're with us or against us, and if you're against us, you deserve to be cancelled. He couldn't even have said it even better, guys. He could not have said it better. It's important that we expose to right spectrum of opinion, but what we have now is a digital equivalent of the medieval mob roaming the streets looking for someone to burn. So it is scary for anyone who's a victim of that mob, and it fills me with fear about the future. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I think it's definitely something that we have all experienced in last year that we can learn from, and we can kind of judge our tomorrow and the way that we present our opinion and the way that we present discussions and debates based on the events that happened last year, which are spilling over into this new year. But like I said, he couldn't have said it better. There is a division, there is people's real thoughts, and then there's also the algorithm, and then there is also the media and what the media injects into these platforms that take over and make it look like that is the majority. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are following what I'm trying to say, but on the flip side, I didn't really think that he didn't enjoy playing the character of Mr. Bean. He looked like he'd enjoyed it. He's definitely a great actor for that because he concealed that very well. So I definitely give him all the props and credit for that. It's a shame, but it's just one of those programs that will, that will always be there. So nonetheless, I do wish him all the best. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for taking time to listen. Definitely like, comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.